All right, folks, welcome to episode number 5 of Shipwrecked with Pirate Stu.
And Princess Morgan.
And basically we talk about stuff that we would never talk about except for the fact if we were shipwrecked on a desert island, we'd run out of things to talk about, and so we'd talk about stupid stuff like we're going to right now.
Well, last time we didn't talk about stupid stuff. Last time we talked about stuff that was really smart, and it gave me a headache.
Yeah, quantum mechanics.
I'm not going to ask him about his shirt right now because that would go into some kind of sciencey math.
Well, no, actually, this is not sciencey at all. So you read this: F flat equals MC squared, which is kind of sciencey.
Yeah,
I lied.
Yeah. So I think actually we should talk about the weather.
So, but you want me to explain the shirt? Or
is it going to give me a headache?
No, because I'll just say it one sentence long.
Real quick.
Okay,
we'll hear about the shirt.
So in music, an F flat is an E. So then it converts to E equals MC squared, which is a physics equation, which we won't talk about. But so it combines physics and music together in one shirt. So.
Okay.
So enough of that.
Very interesting.
I can see your head exploding.
Before we go on to the weather, speaking of music.
Yes.
So earlier in the episode, we talked about *Star Is Born*, and Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper starred in *A Star Is Born*. They did an outstanding job. Love their music. Lady Gaga, there's lots of talk about whether or not they have this relationship going on.
Well, there used to be a lot of talk about whether Lady Gaga was a lady.
Well, she is very
That's
much
kind of died down now.
Yes.
But
she looked absolutely beautiful at the Oscars. So she got a tattoo with music notes that, and I'm going to say this wrong because I don't remember what it was, but it can say G-A-G-A, or in a different thing, it could be B-C-B-C. So I don't know, one's flat and one's something. So
it's Gaga, but
it's G-A-G-A.
Probably if it's a treble clef, maybe it's G-A-G-A, but if it's a bass clef, maybe it's something different.
Right, so did she get a tattoo that says Gaga, or did she get a tattoo that says B-C-B-C for Bradley Cooper?
Oh, Bradley Cooper. I don't know, I'd have to get out.
So is that really true? Does G-A-G-A...
Off the top of my head, I don't know bass clef that well, so I'd actually have to do some research and look it up.
Okay, research that. And let us know.
But typically when you put stuff on music, you have to tell what the clef is.
Yeah,
you have to use a treble or a bass.
It didn't have that. It was just the lines with the notes.
Just the lines, just the notes. Oh, so there's some... Okay. I said that like I was interested, but I'm really not.
I really am. I really want to know these things.
Well, we're stuck together, so we have to talk about it.
Yes. Well, there'll be a lot of talk about who's dating who.
Of who's dating who.
Who's wearing what.
All right, so we just looked up the treble clef and the bass clef.
Yes.
And if she has the musical clef, whether it's bass or treble without the sign on it, that's 5 lines, right? It consists of 5 lines.
Absolutely.
And if she has a tattoo on the second line in the second space, if it's a bass clef, well, if it's a treble clef, that's a G and an A note. So it'd be G-A-G-A, Gaga.
Right.
If it's on the bass clef, it would be B-C-B-C.
Ooh,
so you were right.
Plot thickens.
You're happy with that. You're happy to know that, aren't you?
Yeah, but it doesn't tell anything. We all want to know.
We all want to know what clef it is.
No, we all want to know whether or not there's a thing going on between Bradley and Gaga.
But she said that there wasn't. Okay. She was interviewed and she said, no, we were, as John Lovitz would say, we were acting.
Okay, but if he's not married, but he's with somebody, so she can't go out there and say yes. But that doesn't mean that there's not. So a lot of people have denied things that...
Well, it's hard to prove a negative.
Right. So we just all want to know.
Okay.
And I have to say, there is some kind of chemistry there, and it would be really awesome, but his girlfriend and
But what if they were just acting?
And they might have been just acting, and then they would be the best actors ever.
That's what they were trying to prove.
They were good.
They were the best actors ever.
Might be.
So is that the topic of this episode, or did we actually have a topic?
I don't think we had a topic, but I was kind of interested in the weather as I'm looking outside and seeing the wind move and our crazy rain, and we never get snow, and I love snow. And what's your favorite weather?
Have you ever lived up north where there is snow?
No, but I went to Alaska last summer. Loved it.
You visited places where there's snow.
Well, yeah. I was born in Denver, Colorado. There was a lot of snow.
But when did you leave?
When I was in like 3rd grade.
That don't count. People that have lived in snow don't like snow. Or at least that's my theory.
Well, I would really like to be shipwrecked in Alaska.
Well, they have islands in Alaska, I guess.
I would like
Although
to go.
bears would eat you.
No, bears
This should be the bear episode.
Bears would love me.
This is going to be the episode on bears, I can tell you right now. Because she loves
really
bears.
Cute. I do love bears. They're like cute and cuddly, and you just want to give them hugs. And
yeah, that would be teddy bears are cute and cuddly. All the other bears will eat you.
There are a lot of videos, and someday we'll have to show like compilations of cute bear videos doing cute bear stuff. There was a guy
like circus bears that have been shocked with electrodes to make them stop eating people.
No. There are cute bears. There is a guy in Alaska, and bears come into his house and visit him.
Yeah, and he probably has food, because if he didn't, they would eat him.
Well, he does have food, but they eat
Yeah,
the food,
and if he ever runs out, they were going to eat him.
No, they won't eat him. Bears are cute.
Bears are like big house cats.
So you can buy bears. Did you know you could buy bears?
You can buy anything, so it doesn't surprise me you can buy bears.
Yeah, you can buy bears in the United States. Somewhere like up northeastern, and they run about, like $7,000.
For what kind of bear?
Henrietta I really wanted, but my husband said no.
For what kind of bear? Henrietta was the big dancing bear on...
No, she was a hippo on the New Zoo Review. Loved that show when I was young. Yeah, Henrietta the hippo.
Okay. So there was no
she
bear
was a ballerina.
named Henrietta?
Do you remember that?
No. What show was it?
The New Zoo Review.
And how... I'm obviously too old for that.
You knew that she was...
No, I was thinking of the dancing bear from Captain Kangaroo.
Was she named Henrietta too?
No, and I don't think it was a she. It was a guy bear.
It was a guy bear.
The dancing bear, I'm pretty sure was a guy.
Too.
You know how I know Dancing Bear was a guy bear? Because he wore a tie.
Yes, he did.
He wore a tie, so.
I like that show, like when the ping pong balls would fall down. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was funny. But back to bears. Bears are not mean. They're really nice.
Moose.
And I want to live in Alaska, and I want to have to like build my own house and like live off the grid and have like an airplane, so I have to go get my groceries.
If you didn't have a house to move into when you moved to Alaska, the bears would probably eat you before you had a chance to build one.
No.
Yes.
No. Bears are nice. They would probably help me. It's because you're a pirate and I'm a princess, and that's how things happen.
I'll tell you how things happen is people go out on wilderness trails and they think bears are nice and they say hello to the bear, and then the bear eats them, and then you have a report of a person getting killed by a bear.
Okay, how many princesses have been eaten by bears?
I don't know.
Yeah, none.
Because
there are none in the history of...
Princesses have like guards that keep them from going and trying to pet the bear.
No, like look at Ariel. She was the underwater princess, and she was friends with all the animals. And in the Disney one, the movie with the red hair, it's like Miranda, or I don't remember the name. I totally got that wrong. But she her mom turned into a bear, and her mom didn't eat her.
It was a card. This is fantasy.
They're princesses.
This is the point where I walk to the other side of the island, folks. I would not be able to stand this. I would just go.
Oh, so you can't stand this, but you could stand quantum mechanics and states of things that don't even happen, and knowing whether your cat's dead or alive in a box. That makes sense to you?
Well, maybe we could do the thought experiment with a bear.
No.
And we could have a piece of radioactive material to where if it decays, then the bear eats the princess.
No, I think the bear would eat you.
Then I would be interested in talking about the bear not eating or eating somebody.
Yeah, that is not interesting. Now see, now you've insulted bears.
Well, it's one class of people per episode, right? Although bears aren't classes of people, but I can.
So I did get to see bears in Alaska. They were pretty far away. It was really cool.
And did the person that was taking you to see the bears let you out of the car so you could go over and pet them?
Well, no, because they were
knew
really
that you would
far.
be...
Like I had to really zoom in to get good pictures, and they're still kind of grainy and stuff.
Well, that's probably good.
We did see
if they had driven you up next to the bear, you would have jumped out of the car and gotten eaten.
I would have, but I wouldn't have gotten eaten. The bear would have hugged me. I just know it. But we did get to see a lot of mooses really close up. But
mooses?
Yes.
Is that the plural for moose?
I don't know. Is it not? Is it just moose?
I don't know. I was asking you. I don't hear the word mooses a lot.
I don't know.
Mooses.
Does sound kind of funny.
You never know what you're going to get when you tune in for this, do you?
So mooses. What is the plural?
I think it's moose. I saw some moose.
I saw one moose. I saw two moose.
Well, if it was like geese, goose, it would be meese.
I don't know.
That's a whole nother episode because you got goose and then you got geese.
Yeah,
but it's not moose and meese. And it's not mouse and mice. I mean, it just makes no sense. There's no rhyme or reason to how you do the plural.
That's because we're American and not British. British has rhyme and reason to their stuff.
Yeah.
I think. A lot of rhymes came out of there.
A lot of rhymes?
I don't know.
Like hickory dickory dock.
Yeah. And the one about the birds and the pie.
And the birds and the pie. Yeah, now we're back to weird English food.
Yeah, we kind of circle around a lot, don't we?
Yeah. All right, so can we call this episode done? What's the topic of this episode?
Not quite sure.
This was the bear episode.
But I really want to Google.
It didn't start off with bears.
We started off trying to avoid your shirt.
Avoiding my shirt. I think we're going to call this the bear episode.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, we're going to write that down so we can keep track of it. The bear episode. All right, well, tune in next time when we talk about something totally ridiculous.
Bye.
Bye.
That was funny. Okay, look it up. I want to know. What is the plural of moose?